Hi everybody, I am going to talk to you about your Diversity Read Aloud book project that is listed in the week 1 module in Canvas. On the assignment, there are some directions, but I wanted to give you a model of how I expected this to be done so that when you go to record and post yours, you've seen an example of what to do. So what you need to do is choose a children's picture book that has something to do with diversity. It can be ethnic diversity, racial diversity, a disability, a special education need. It could be how families are different from each other. But the book I'm sharing today is a book called Yoko. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. It's by Rosemary Wells. And this is just about differences in children. And so it's not any specific type of diversity. It's just a reflection of one way that people are different and how we can deal with that and share those uniquenesses. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually record yourself reading the book and then talk to us about why you chose this book and a discussion question that you might use with students in your future classroom about the book. So I'm going to model exactly what I want you to do, and you can use this as you're recording your own video. So here we go. Okay, today I'm going to be reading the story of Yoko by Rosemary Wells. Yoko is a cat whose family is actually of Japanese heritage, and this book is about Yoko, who brings her Japanese food to have for school lunch, and other kids make fun of her. So I'm going to read the story, but as I'm reading, I want you to think about a time that maybe someone in your life has made fun of you for something that was important to you or important to your family, and then we'll talk about that at the end. So this is Yoko. What would you like for lunch today? My little cherry blossom asked Yoko's mom. All my favorite things, please, answered Yoko. Yoko's mother spread steamed rice on a bamboo mat. She rolled up a secret treasure inside each piece. Then she packed it all in a willow-covered cooler. Have a wonderful day at school, my little cherry blossom, said Yoko's mother. I will, answered Yoko. Hello, said Yoko to all her friends. Everyone in Mrs. Jenkins' class sang the good morning song. At noon, Mrs. Jenkins rang the lunch bell. Lunch boxes out and open, please, boys and girls, said Mrs. Jenkins. Timothy unwrapped a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Valerie had cream cheese and jelly. Fritz had a meatball grinder. Tulip had Swiss cheese on rye. Hazel had egg salad on pumpernickel. Doris had squeezed cheese on white. And the Franks had Franks and beans. Yoko opened the willow-covered cooler. Inside was her favorite sushi. Tucked in the rice rolls were the crispiest cucumber, the pinkest shrimp, the greenest seaweed, and the tastiest tuna. What's in your lunch? Asked one of the Franks. Ick! It's green! It's seaweed! Oh no, said the other Frank. Don't tell me that's raw fish! Watch out, it's moving, said Doris. Yakorama, said Tulip and Fritz. Valerie blew the playtime whistle. Everybody out, said Valerie. Yoko did not want to play ball or swing on the swings. What's wrong, Yoko? Asked Mrs. Jenkins. Everybody laughed at my lunch, answered Yoko. They'll forget about it by snack time, said Mrs. Jenkins. But they didn't. During the snack time song, Yoko opened a thermos of red bean ice cream. Red bean ice cream is for weirdos, snorted the Franks. Mrs. Jenkins switched to the friendly song. Mrs. Jenkins knew the friendly song was not enough. Late into the evening, she fretted about Yoko. Finally, the answer came to her. Dear parents, Monday will be International Food Day at Hilltop School. Everyone is asked to bring in a dish from a foreign country. Everyone must try a bite of everything. Happy cooking, Mrs. Jenkins. We will make deluxe sushi for the whole class, said Yoko's mother. Don't worry, my little cherry blossom. Everyone will try our sushi and everyone will love it. On Monday morning, Valerie and her mother carried in a plate of enchiladas. Timothy and his mother made Caribbean coconut crisps. Hazel brought Nigerian nut soup. Harry brought Brazil nuts. Doris brought Irish stew. Tulip brought potato knishes. Monica brought a pitcher of mango smoothies. Fritz brought spaghetti. Big Frank cooked up a pot of Boston Franks and beans. At noon, Mrs. Jenkins rang the lunch bell and everyone sang the Clean Hands song. "What does International Food Day mean to us, boys and girls?" asked Mrs. Jenkins. "Try everything," said everybody. When Valerie blew the playtime whistle, there was not a nibble of nuts or a sip of smoothie left, but no one had even touched one piece of Yoko's sushi. Oh, look how sad she is. Yoko sat under the learning tree. Suddenly she heard the clickety-click of chopsticks. It was Timothy. He was still hungry. "Let me show you how," said Yoko. Timothy polished off the rest of the crab cone his own way. "Can we have sushi again tomorrow?" he said. "I'll ask my mother," said Yoko. During the school bus song, Timothy found a coconut crisp in his pocket. He gave it to Yoko. "It's even better than red bean ice cream," said Yoko. On the bus, Timothy and Yoko made plans to put their desks together and open a restaurant the very next day. And they did. They ordered tomato sandwiches and dragon rolls. For dessert, they had brownies with green tea ice cream, and they couldn't have asked for anything more. So now I would ask, if we were in class, to have you share out, what maybe was a time that you were made fun of by someone for something important to your family or important to you, and how that made you feel. And then with the students, we could talk about, what are some ways that we can lift each other up and respect each other's differences without making other people feel bad for something that they love. Just because they love it doesn't mean that we have to hate it. So that's Yoko by Rosemary Wells. So what you're going to do is you will record yourself reading the book, share why you chose the book, share your discussion question. All that's listed on the Canvas site for you. If you have questions, let me know. And what I'll do is you won't have to watch every single person's video in class. I'll probably put you in small groups of maybe 3 or 4 and assign those videos to you. And so it might be, week 3, group 3 is all recording and sharing their videos and giving feedback to each other. So I'll work out the details of that later and share that. The other thing I wanted to say is you don't have to put yourself on camera if that's really uncomfortable for you for the whole time. If you want to have your camera turned so that you are just seeing the pages as you're reading out loud and then turn it back when you're telling your discussion question, that's fine too. So I'm pretty flexible about how this will work. If you have questions,